Life never warns you when it's about to change. One day, everything seems to be in place, and the next, something shifts, silent and inevitable. Suddenly, what once felt certain no longer makes sense. People leave, paths close, certainties slip through your fingers like fine sand from the sea. And it hurts. Oh, how it hurts, because so often we're not ready. We want to hold on to what we know and stretch out what feels comfortable. But the truth is, nothing, absolutely nothing, stays the same forever. Childhood, with its lightness and wonder, gives way to the weight of responsibilities. What was once a world full of discoveries now feels like a repetitive cycle of obligations. The days fly by too fast, yet at the same time, they carry a strange feeling of stagnation, like we're moving but not really getting anywhere. Ooh, and this is where something needs to be understood. You may not have control over life's changes, but you can decide how you'll go through them. You can choose to cling to what no longer exists or learn to flow with what's coming. Change isn't always pretty. Sometimes it means leaving parts of yourself behind, feeling the discomfort of something new and unfamiliar. But you know what hurts even more? Looking back and realizing time has passed and you stayed the same. And this is where many people get stuck, trapped between who they were and who they could be. Because even though stagnation brings pain, it also has something dangerous. Comfort. A kind of comfort that suffocates, yet still feels familiar. Staying. Where you are takes less effort than taking a risk. Sticking to the same routine, repeating the same thoughts, avoiding any drastic change, it all seems easier than facing the unknown. But there's a price. Over time, the lack of movement becomes a burden. What once felt like stability turns into a monotonous, empty cycle. The days become predictable and the feeling of truly being alive slowly fades away. Growth hurts. It takes courage to step out of the bubble, to question old beliefs, to endure the discomfort of trying something new. But what hurts more, facing that discomfort, or spending a lifetime feeling like something is missing? The truth is, no one escapes change. The only real choice we have is this. Will we allow it to transform us, or will we resist it until it's too late? Because at the end of the day, it's simple. Either you stay exactly where you are, feeling the same things, repeating the same days, or you do something different. There's no in-between. There's no growth without discomfort. The world won't stop to wait for you, and time won't have mercy if you decide to put your life on hold. The problem is, the mind lies. It whispers that tomorrow will be easier, that you'll try later, that now isn't the right time. But that's a trap, because every time you choose inertia, you reinforce the pattern. Every time you accept the comfort of what you already know, you push yourself further away from the change you so badly want. And just like that, a day turns into a week turns into a month turns into a year, and before you know it, life has become a blur of repetition. So the choice is right there, raw and unfiltered. Keep things exactly the same and carry that weight forever, or break the cycle. No matter how hard, how uncomfortable, how scary it is, because if nothing changes, nothing changes. And I know, breaking out of this cycle isn't easy. You look ahead, and everything feels uncertain, blurry. It's scary. Because if it were simple, you would have done it already. And that's where a lot of people get stuck. They think they need to have everything planned out before they start, that they need to understand every detail of the path before taking the first step. But that's an illusion. The path is never laid out in advance. You only figure it out as you go. You stumble, adjust, learn, move forward. The mistake is waiting, to feel ready, because that day never comes. The perfect moment never appears. So if you feel lost, drained, unsure of where to start, start anyway, without waiting for certainty. without waiting for perfection. Because what truly transforms you isn't having all the answers first. It's having the courage to take the first step. We grow up thinking that big changes happen all at once, like a sudden spark. But that's not how it works. It never was. What truly transforms you isn't some grand, life-altering moment. It's what you do every single day. The small efforts, the tiny choices, the almost invisible decisions that, over time, shape who you become. Getting 1% better each day might seem insignificant. But by the end of a year, you won't just be a little better, you'll be 37 times better. Think about an Olympic athlete. They don't wake up one day and suddenly become ready to compete at the highest level. They train every day, repeating movements, fine-tuning details, improving little by little with every session. A gymnast, for example, starts with minor adjustments, better balance, a bit more strength, a little extra flexibility. Over years, these small tweaks add up until one day they perform a flawless routine in front of the world. And that's exactly how real change happens. Not with one massive leap, but with small, consistent steps. So don't worry if today was only slightly better than yesterday. If you keep going without giving up, there's no doubt those small gains will turn into something huge. Small daily steps create massive change. But here's the hard part. Starting isn't enough. You have to keep going. A lot of people give up because they don't see immediate results. Days go by, weeks pass, and nothing seems different. But real progress isn't visible at first. It happens quietly, invisibly, until one day, everything changes. Think about someone learning to play an instrument. In the beginning, their fingers don't cooperate. The notes come out wrong, and nothing sounds the way it should. But if they practice a little every day, something magical happens. Without even realizing it, they start improving. What once felt impossible becomes second nature. Discipline is what separates dreamers from doers, not because they're more talented or luckier, but because they kept going when no one was watching, when nothing seemed to be changing. This is how change happens. Small, quiet, building up day after day. At first, nothing seems different. But then, all of a sudden, you realize something has shifted. The things that used to paralyze you don't weigh as much anymore. That fear of failing starts to lose its grip. What once felt impossible is now within your reach. Not because it was easy, not because it happened overnight, but because you refused to stop. Because you chose to keep going when no one was watching, when nothing seemed to be working. And that's when something inside you wakes up. A strength that was always there but had been lying dormant. You feel it. You're no longer the person you used to be, and that changes everything. A lot of people in their 40s, 50s, 60s, even 70s look back and feel a weight in their chest, regret over lost time, missed opportunities, choices they never made. And maybe you've felt that too. Maybe you've wondered if it's still worth trying, if there's still time, if it's already too late. But listen, it's never too late. Life doesn't run on a fixed timer. There's no set finish line. As long as you have time, you have possibilities. As long as you have breath, you have a chance to start over. If you start today, a year from now, you'll be grateful you didn't wait any longer. If you don't start, that same year will pass anyway. The difference is, if you choose to act now, when you look back, you'll see progress, not just another year gone. Time is going to pass either way. The only question that really matters is, who do you want to be when it does? My friends, change can feel lonely. In the beginning, it seems like no one understands what you're going through, like the struggle is yours alone, like no one else feels what you feel. But that's not true. No matter how unique each journey is, at some point, everyone faces doubt, fear, and new beginnings. Everyone carries unseen scars. Everyone, in their own way, is trying to find themselves. And the good news is, you don't have to do this alone. Connecting with people who are also trying to grow can make all the difference. sharing experiences, listening to stories, feeling understood. Because when you realize you're not alone, something shifts inside you. The journey feels lighter. Hope grows. And suddenly the road ahead doesn't seem so scary. So here's my message for you. You can change. You can grow. And you don't have to do it alone. If this video resonated with you, if it touched something deep inside, don't keep it to yourself. Someone out there might need to hear exactly this today. So, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and share it with someone who might be going through this moment. And tell me in the comments, what's the change you feel you need to make in your life right now? I'll read every comment and I want to hear your answer. Oh, and before you go, click on the video that's on the screen right now. It might be exactly what you need to watch next. Take care, look after yourself, and remember, you're not alone on this journey. A big hug. God bless you and your family.